How I got a mid-level marketing job without a degree. Let's discuss it, shall we? So there's going to be quite a fair bit mentioned in this video. I'll try to keep it as short and concise as I possibly can. I will be leaving timestamps in the description below and alongside the other little time thing that you'll see on the video if you wanted to skip to a specific point. But I actually made a TikTok video about this very same subject a little while ago, and I feel like it covers it in a really short space of time with some really clear and concise, easy to understand examples. So I'm going to play you that real quick. It's a couple minutes long and it almost gets the job done in this video very quickly, but there's some other things I wanted to discuss alongside it. So I'll see you in a moment. How I got a mid-level marketing job without a degree. Let's explain it, shall we? First things first, a personal portfolio. Please, for the love of God, create one. Show off your work. It doesn't matter if it's creative, operational, it doesn't matter. Just show off the work you have done. If you have done any freelancing before, which I very highly recommend everyone does, then please make sure to document any external work and whack it in that personal portfolio. My portfolio gave me an edge over competition. Yours will definitely do so as well. Number 2, focus on results, not processes. When you're writing your CV, resume, whatever you want to call it, don't write, I manage social media accounts for 4 different clients. You should be writing, I increased engagement by 75% across 4 different client accounts. Whatever the situation may be, that's just a made up example, but just please, whatever processes you have run, don't just write about the process because everyone's doing the same thing. Talk about your results, please. Number 3, just show off, whether it's on LinkedIn, whether it's through your personal portfolio, whatever the case may be. On your social accounts that you are linking to a job application, so 9 times out of 10 LinkedIn, you could have a creative Instagram or whatever the case may be. Make sure you're showing off. Just talk about how sick you are. Talk about the positive results you had. For example, my job is very corporate. I talk to some incredibly senior people that have been in this industry longer than I've been alive, and I still show them all of the creative work that I have directed and have been part of. Seriously, any good CEO will appreciate this sort of creative work. There is absolutely no way that having this stuff on your personal portfolio could be any sort of a bad thing at all. So yeah, overall, just make yourself stand out as much as possible. Everyone is sending the same CVs, the same resumes, the same cover letters. Everyone's sending the exact same stuff. Just try and stand out, be creative, it'll get you very far. It helped me, it should help you. Cheers. But yes, I showed a couple examples during that little video there, and I will put so much emphasis, I will continue to put so much emphasis on your personal profile, and that personal profile is made up of your LinkedIn, it's made up of your personal portfolio, which is, I can't recommend it any more highly to create a portfolio just to showcase some of your best work, because when you're everyone is sending across a CV and a cover letter, everyone's doing the same thing. If you can add a third piece of documentation that makes you stand out from the rest essentially, then you're going to be a bit more favourable than just sending a CV every single time. So one of the other things that really worked for me was discussing to the potential employer how I developed in my past roles. So for example, when I was in my initial interview stages for the current position I am in now, I mentioned that I had experience working with smaller size music labels, and I went on to say that I worked with some of the most influential artists and built up some really key relationships to push the personal branding of that artist further. And in doing so, just had exceptional results on almost no budget. There's zero marketing budget, zero spend for anything. We were still able to basically create something from nothing. And again, working at a startup business that I do now, they really value building something from nothing. So with this conversation that you have about discussing how you grew in past roles, you have to make sure it's tailored to the job role that you are currently looking to work at. For example, within a startup marketing environment, people are going to want me to take initiative and to lead teams and to be able to work on projects and not have to be handheld throughout or hand-holded through the process. And by me explaining that I took lead in previous roles and moved forward inside of that role to manage a small team and to manage processes and artist development and to set up music videos and do the whole project management behind it, it shows that I just went from a bit of a standard role to a bit more of a senior level, which again, it directly correlates to what this company that I am now working for was looking for when they were hiring. So matching all that up is very key. Now, if we go on to one of the other points is showing how you added value to the past businesses that you worked for. And again, this can be done with a personal portfolio, with maybe you wrote some articles that performed really well for a media agency in the past, or whatever the case may be. Just showing off the work that you've done previously. And this is where storytelling really starts to play a very pivotal part in your job hunting processes. If you could very quickly and efficiently and in detail, which those 3 words are very hard to combine and turn into something real life and guide your potential employer from, I had this problem, I did this, and I solved X problem, and provided value along the way in numerous different ways, then that employer is just going to know that you have the ability to take a project from start to finish. And if you can back that up with examples, if your work is in the public domain or whatever the case may be, that is even better. One quick tip as well that really accelerated my job hunting process was that I almost exclusively only applied to positions inside of LinkedIn. So I didn't really bother filling out these 10-15 minute long job postings on Indeed or Total Jobs or whatever website. I just filtered for the quick apply jobs on LinkedIn, and I literally got through 100 job applications within maybe an hour. So if you are someone who is fairly desperate for a job and just want to get on the ladder and start climbing, etc., then LinkedIn quick search job applications is really where you want to be at. And one thing for your CV, cover letter, personal portfolio and everything is the copy inside of it should reflect a focus on results, not processes. Now everyone can say that I had this responsibility and I did this every day and that every day, but if you're not backing it up with proven results, then you're going to start to fall down the pecking order of those that have tangible evidence of what they were able to achieve within their last job position. I mentioned it in the little video snippet I showed you before, but I'm repeating it again because it is so important. Just you have a line in your CV where you don't say I did this and this every day. You say I did this to achieve this within 3 months or whatever the case is. And it is super important to do so because your CV and everything like that just starts to become generic. And if a job posting has 200 or 300 people, then you're fighting for you're fighting for the 0.4% opportunity to get that job position or whatever the case may be. Then you really do have to stand out. And it gets to the point where, and I have been included in the hiring process of I've helped my company hire our latest administrative assistant. And we knew exactly what the job role needed to do. So we weren't really focusing on the education. We weren't focusing on where they worked. We were focusing on what they were able to accomplish in the jobs that they've done for however many years they were working. Because we have a set of goals that we want to accomplish, and we need someone who can have proven experience of providing assistance towards similar goals in the past. They can come on and just integrate very easily with what we're trying to do at my business. So I hope you found this video useful. I want to keep it quite short because I feel like I could ramble on for half an hour. Maybe that's what you guys want, is you want a bit of a longer video of me going in depth. Maybe I have a much bigger checklist of things that have helped me in the past. I could create that for you, but I feel like just to keep a digestible piece of content digestible, it's important for me to keep this video as short as possible and just to share things that really helped me, because everything in this video has sort of been gospel for me and what I believe in and what I believe really helped me be the one out of the couple hundred that got the current position I am in. And this video doesn't cover things like interview strategies and being really proficient with your work testing interviews and things like that, because that's a whole other video. But obviously all of those things play a very big role in your success to get your next job. But being personable, being likable, being charismatic, these are all just basic things that will really help you in your job hunt, and reflecting that over text in the copy is really difficult to do. But if you can master that art as well, then you will stand out a lot more compared to the other applications. But yeah, like I said, any questions, leave them in the comments down below. I'm always here to help. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe to the channel, all that jazz. And yeah, I'll catch you in a bit. Hope you stay safe. See you later.